What's going on, guys? mcoc here. War number 6 of the season. We're at the halfway point, and I'm on path 3 again. We got Corvus on this node here. Ionized armor, I think, is the node. No, that's the one before. This one, every like 10 hits or 10 seconds, he gets an armor up buff or whatever. I can't remember. It's really not that hard of a node unless you play someone super tanky here, which forces a counter. But yeah, I just saw the note on the screen, but didn't even read it. You guys are probably wondering why I'm using Corvus, or not Corvus, Mr. Fantastic against Corvus when I have Sorcerer on the team. You guys will see after this fight, there's a long shot on the power snack. I think it's node 22, the power snack node. I was planning on taking it with Mr. Fantastic, and in the event where I screw up, I wanted the extra pre-fights just in case. Because I think when you die with Mr. Fantastic or enter a fight with someone and you die, the pre-fights are gone. So I wanted to be 100% like sure that I could, you know, have a backup plan if needed. But someone else ended up taking the fight, which, I mean, it's whatever. So yeah, I didn't do the most optimal way to ramp up Mr. Fantastic here. I should have inverted which specials I threw. So because of the node that prevents you from throwing the same special twice, or you'll take a bunch of degen damage. But yeah, it's whatever. Corvus to me is more of a non-issue kind of fight because he's just super straightforward. Just don't suck, like don't get hit. You know, that's the goal of like every fight. So yeah, So yeah, you guys will see that long shot there. I was gonna take him, but yeah, I had 42 minutes till energy. Someone could have taxed me or whatever, but you know, it's all good. We got not Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange against Sorcerer Supreme. Or Sorcerer versus Doctor Strange. Sorry guys, I'm super out of it. And this is on Chitinous Thorns, and I mean, this is kind of clever, I guess, because he starts in an armor up phase, and some people might forget that. I obviously didn't, so I'm just gonna play around it, not hit him. And once that goes away, then we can start putting in work. The awesome thing about Sorcerer is that I'm gaining power passively over time. So yeah, once I throw my special 1, we got that nullification aura, and we don't have to worry about his armor up ever again throughout this fight. It's a somewhat slower fight because I play it super safe, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So yeah, this armor up's right here. Just gonna nullify with my special 1. I could have parried, allowed the nullify to happen from the nullification aura, but I basically want to keep that up the whole fight. I'm getting free power from Mystic Dispersion, so I can just cycle specials easily. That was a pretty hefty special too. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to slow play this fight a little bit. I mean, this placement's okay, I guess, if this dude's running like high Mystic Dispersion, but I really don't know what he's running. I have enough regens on block to where I could just block the special 2 and get a net gain of health, so I don't really have to dex with Sorcerer. You know, sometimes I will, sometimes I don't even dex when I don't even have any of this stuff up, because I know I'm going to heal later in the fight if the fight's going to be a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of Sorcerer. She's such a beast. I'm super glad I took her to rank 3 super early. Yeah, she's just tons of fun to use. Like right there, parry the first hit, block the rest. Even with 1 regen on block, we have a full yellow bar, and we finish with a full yellow bar. That's pretty common with Sorcerer. The one thing that she's not good for is the fight timer. If we ever had like a really close war where it's tied and fight duration was a tiebreaker, we might lose because of her. But yeah, I don't plan on giving up much deaths with Sorcerer. I mean, I don't think anyone plans on giving up deaths with anybody, but I feel super comfortable with Sorcerer. Even when I make mistakes, I know, like let's say I ate a special 2 from Sentinel, and I'm at 20% health. I'm still not gonna panic because I know Sorcerer's a beast and she could regen. So yeah, not that happens in this fight, but there's another fight we do that I kind of make some mistakes on. But yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that. So what I did here was I started with my special 3, which I very rarely do. This way I could get the armor break like permanently stored, because I'm not gonna be critting against this guy at all once he fully analyzes me or whatever. He gets full analysis charges. It's right there. His analysis is complete. Now he's got super high crit resistance. I believe he gets other resistances. So if I could armor break him and increase my damage a little bit on every single special attack, that's basically my plan. Yeah, almost timing out to a Sentinel just because he's such a tank. I don't want to do that again. Although this node doesn't really make him much tankier unless you hit him, or hit his block, because of explosive personality. And honestly, I want to try hitting into his block when there's explosive personality, and use use the nullification aura to nullify the armor ups and let that fuel my Mystic Dispersion. I want to try that sometime, but not in the war season. We're gonna try that in the off season. Just have some fun with it, because it could be kind of risky to play around like that in the middle of the war season. So right there, I purposely eat that special one on the block just so I could get that armor break on me, so I could get some free willpower healing. That's a strat I don't see a lot of people do against Sentinel, but I recommend doing it because it's free health if you get the armor break on you. But yeah, we're at a full yellow bar of health right now. I believe the special one finishes. No, it doesn't. What a shame. So yeah, right there, that was. I normally don't like punishing special attacks in Alliance War like that, just in case they have a quick recovery, but it worked out there. Next up, we got Korg on node 56, which is buffet, strike counter, combat power rate, chitinous thorns, which doesn't matter here. If you guys are wondering why I back out after placing a pre-fight, I'm doing everything I can to make sure the pre-fight sticks. I've seen people have issues with other pre-fights, like including Human Torch, to where like you put it down and you immediately go to the fight and it doesn't register that you placed it. So what I do is I back out on the map, I go back in, and I've never had an issue to where it didn't stick after that. So yeah, I do that every time I place a pre-fight with any character, because I don't want to give up a war to something stupid like that, or give up a fight to something stupid like that. Because yeah, it's easily preventable. Just back out. It takes a couple extra minutes. Each war, a couple seconds each fight. So right here, this is like my biggest issue here. We have no way to power control this guy, like seriously power control this guy. So I try to dex the special 2 and I take a solid hit to the face. 2 bleeds are taking me away, and I'm not too happy with how we're handling this fight so far. But like I said, Sorcerer is a beast. Although I clenched a little bit when that happened, squeezed the cheeks a little bit. I knew I could pull this one out, and we end up pulling it out. I don't die. Spoiler alert, you guys are gonna find out in like 2 minutes. But I mean, this is solid placement for Korg. It's better than Mixmaster, but I feel like anywhere you place Korg is like Omega food. If you have an Omega, or if you have a white Magneto, you can expand the options even more. So yeah, pretty interesting. I try to I think I try to gain some health in this fight, and I think I make a mistake somewhere, which is not something you want to do when you're already this low in health. I might be wrong. I can't remember. That might have been Alliance Quest today, where there's cascading failure and I'm running Hit Monkey. So yeah, I can't remember. I'm super out of it. Work's been kind of busy lately, so yeah. But with these regens on block, I can just block the specials and not really have to worry about much. Each time his like rock shield or whatever comes back, he's getting less. Oh, right there, drop parry. That's what it was. I didn't try to do anything crazy. I just had a failed parry. You love to see it. I got lucky. He only threw 2 hits. If he threw a 5-hit wombo combo at my face, I might have just given up a death, and that would have sucked. I would have been like super frustrated. I think last season my only death, I can't remember if I had 1 or 2, but one of my only deaths was to Professor X, and I went into the fight, and we both dashed back or whatever, and then he dashed at me, and I went to parry, and like no parry even registered, just 8 3-hit combo. He was kind enough to not throw a full 5-hit combo into my face, but yeah, I'm like, I paused the fight, I'm like, what the hell? So I take like 30 seconds to regain my like composure. I go back in, dash back. I'm using Human Torch, and he dashes at me again. just another 3 hits to my face and I die. So I died in 6 hits in a fight last season, and I was just so frustrated. Like, that almost made me hang it up. I'm like, yeah, we're not gonna be doing this till they fix the game. But I haven't had really many issues because I've been basically adjusting, I think. But yeah, next up we got ManGog on Limber, Brute Force. I was actually assigned Sorcerer on node 54, and that got swapped. So now I got this ManGog. It works out because I have the Mr. Fantastic, or I have Mr. Fantastic on my team with his pre-fights, along with a Magneto pre-fight. So yeah, this fight is pretty much as safe as they come. So what I did wrong here, I was doing full 5-hit combos at one point, and I realized he's getting hatred from that. And you don't want that to happen. You don't want this dude getting hatred, because when he throws this special at max hatred, he goes unblockable and unstoppable. And the only way to remove them is intercepting with a special, I think, or hitting him with a special attack, which is normally intercepting an unstoppable opponent with a special attack. So yeah, Mr. Fantastic's kind of a beast, guys. You guys might want to check him out a little bit. Once we get these like debuffs maxed out, his ability power rate is just completely shut down. Any Mystic Dispersion, which I don't think he's running, or they're running, is completely inverted. And I could do as many 5-hit combos as I want. Just got to be super careful about, letting my debuffs fall off, which, if you're good with Mr. Fantastic and you could get a parry in and throw a heavy attack, it's really a non-issue. So, yeah, super easy fight. I was actually surprised how easy that was. I think it was my first time ever taking a ManGog in Alliance War. But next up, we have my third Magneto boss this season. So 50% of the bosses that my battle group has seen have been Magneto. All of them been taken by your boy, B McG. That felt so terrible to say. You guys can boo me in the comments. That was terrible. But yeah, that lag there really frustrated me because, we had the Power Start 1 boost running. But yeah, this fight is like a textbook fight. Any fight with Sorcerer against Magneto is very safe if you know what you're doing with Sorcerer. You basically want to start the fight in your power gain phase, which will allow you to slow the opponent upon special activation, and then that will allow you to just block bait heavies from Magneto, and he won't go unstoppable. So yeah, I really think Sorcerer Supreme is the best option for Magneto bosses currently. A lot of people like Torch, but he's got no way to deal with the unstoppable. So you really have to rely on intercepts to get your opening, because his Magneto specials aren't very easy to punish. You can't really just dash back in at him after a special 1. And then I've also seen Cap Infinity War used, but I don't think his damage is necessarily that great in this fight. He's great in other fights, don't get me wrong. Right there, I purposely threw that special 1 just to make sure I could have a slow debuff on. I knew Sorcerer special 1 pushes her back enough, and she has enough recovery time for it not to be an issue. But yeah, back to Cap. I'm not really sure he's that great here. The block proficiency is huge, but an Awakened Magneto has increased block penetration, I think. I can't remember his Awakened ability. I know he gets extra damage and a damage reduction on like a max hit, cap damage on like a certain hit or something. But I can't remember if he has block penetration native in his kit or if it comes from his Awakened ability. But regardless, a lot of the issues I mentioned, Sorcerer counters. She can slow the opponent, which allows her to deal with the unstoppable, which is why people use Cap Infinity War. And she also has high damage, which is why people use Human Torch. So she mixes the great benefits of the two characters into one. Also, Cap's block proficiency is super high, and hers isn't really high, but she has high sustainability with her regen on block. I don't dex any of the specials unless I have to, when I don't have any of these regens up. But like the special 2s I've had to take in this fight, I just take them on the block because I know I can regen. When she's in her armor gain phase, like, or her armor phase, not armor gain, in her armor phase, you can just block and have increased perfect block chance. So yeah, this fight is just pretty textbook, pretty straightforward. I think she is by far the best counter. If you guys aren't using her, I suggest trying to get comfortable with her and use her. You just have to be you have to be used to doing the little dash back and intercept with your special 1. I think that's a great, or special 1 and special 2 you can do it with, but I think that's a great skill to have for any character, because I mean some animations don't permit it but some do. But yeah, I think it's really important to know how to do that. But we ended up winning this war. This is against Accelerate Kun's alliance, which is pretty cool. It was cool to match somebody I knew. So yeah, if you guys know who he is, give him a sub. He's on YouTube, he live streams a bit. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. If you guys did enjoy the video, consider hitting like. If you're not subbed and you enjoyed this video somehow, consider hitting the sub button, I guess. And if you already subbed, you know I love you. And yeah, I'll see you guys for the next video or stream. Sorry about that, guys.